Morning everyone, just coming on. I've got a few wee project shares that I've been doing the last couple of days. With Jayden being no well, I've not had any big projects on the go, so I've just been doing some wee bits and bobs and tidying up my craft room, which was an absolute riot. And making a few wee embellishments for here and there. So I'll just show you them as I go along. Right, first of all, I've done these. Oops, turn that light off, that might help. Save the glare. Done these, and they're just wee paper flowers. 2 layers of the back one, and the front ones are actually just cosmic daisies or something they call them. And I've just put them into that, and they'll go out in any racks or any swaps I do, just a wee extra. Then I've done these ones here, same idea, to be single layered white flower. Then I've put a smaller brown flower on it, and then I've just topped it with a wee brown mulberry flower. So they're quite pretty. Then I've done these ones. These are just pinwheels. These are just pinwheels, and on that one I have put a wee white, it's actually cream coloured flower. Jayden, down the stairs right now please, thank you. And then on top of that I've got a wee black mulberry flower, and again they'll just go out in racks. I have done a few other pinwheels. Just, that's another wee flower with a tiny pinwheel on it, and another tiny pinwheel with a flower on it, and then 2 bigger pinwheels. As I said, they go out in racks, and they just kind of bulk up the swaps that you do, so that you've got a wee stash of some stuff to send out, rather than having to make it all at once. Then I've got these, and this is, sorry about the gesso on me, I'm in the middle of doing an altar box. These were wired ribbons, and I just pulled the wire out from the outside one, and the inside one I pulled it from one side and wrapped it so that it made a flower. Cut the ribbons and just a wee bit of hot glue there, and then I've just topped it with some white gathered lace, a tiny pink, I have, it was just this one here, just a tiny wee pink straight lace, and I just put a single running stitch in it just to give me a smaller, because the diamante on the white didn't look right, so the pink makes it pop better. So that was one. Then I've got this one here, the exact same flower underneath. There's a wee bit more gather on it. I used more ribbon, and we've got a burgundy shabby chic flower in it, and then this is an old jewellery piece. I don't even know if you'll be able to see that. And I've just hot glued it into the centre, just to give it a nice something in the middle. And that can either go on a project, or I send them out in racks, like, let me see, just something like that. Just put them in a wee envelope and someone else can try using them. This one here is a doily in white. Then I used my black pro marker and some alcohol ink blending fluid so that it gave it that charcoaly grey colour, because I didn't want it pure black. And then I topped it with one of Geraldine's butterflies in white. Then if you notice, I've added just tiny wee bits of stickles, and I think it was Mercury glass, and I've also added it to the butterfly wings, just at small bits. Then just for the tails I've added white organza ribbon, which I think is 10 mils, and I think that one's 5 mils maybe. 6. So it's a 5 mil white organza, a 6 mil black organza, and then I've just added a thin lace trim just to finish it off properly. And again, that can be used on a project. These cameos I picked up. Oops, get that glitter on that. I picked up when Sherry, who was, oh, what was the name of that company that she had? Oh, that's terrible, Karen. Wait a minute, I'll see what the name of the company was, because it's going to annoy me if I don't. Where am I? Oh, where are you, where are you, where are you? Sorry, I'm just trying to find Beads Addicts. That was the name of the company. When she was closing down, she did a huge, massive sale, and she had these big cameos, and they're faceted, so there is a wee bit of sparkle on them. And there was, I think it was 2 or 3 different types of Audrey Hepburn, and there was 2 or 3 different types of Marilyn Monroe, which are both massive, big Hollywood icons, so I thought I would get a few of them. So we've got that one. Then we've got this one here, which is just pink gathered lace, one of the wee doily flower centres that most of us use, the cameo. Down here I've got some iridescent flat back pearls as a trail. I have got, that's kind of blush pink organza, and then this one is actually the same wee pink ribbon that I showed you a second ago that I used for the flower centre on that one. It's the exact same ribbon, I've just cut it up the centre to give me some wee tails. So I've got that one. Then I've got this one here, which is doily. Then I've got the gathered cream lace. Then I've got the beautiful cameo in it. I think Amanda sent me that. Although I'm not 100% certain, I think it might have been Amanda. And then I've just got some beautiful wee cream pearl trim round it. For the tails, I've got a small cream ribbon with the stitching at the sides. I have cut down a bit of ribbon, a bit of lace. It was a scrap and I've used it in tails, and then I've just got a wee bit of bead trim as well, and there's one wee bit of pink just to tie in the cameo to it. So there's quite a few tails on that one. Then we've got this one here. I've done the cameo a wee while ago, and I never get round to using it. So what I done was I chopped the top part off where the hook was for the cameo, and I just backed it on a wee bit of gathered lace, and then I had this beigey colour of doily. Sorry, my brains went to mush this morning. And I did try putting it on a cream and on a white, and it just looks silly. Otherwise the beige and the pink tone match cameo centre. And again, that can be used on a project. Oops, a wee bit of pink. This one, same idea. A large beige doily. This is just me showing the muslin that I use for the shabby chic flower. I just used the exact same idea. Lots of wee bits of doily, wee bits of muslin, just to make it look really shabby. Put my cameo down, and then I've used this tiny pink trim Diamante, and I'm sure it was Teresa Carl that sent me that, and I absolutely love it. And I haven't got much left, so I'm using it very sparingly now. But the colour tone in that went with the colours used in the cameo. Then this was just one of the wee shabby chic flowers that I made using the muslin the other day on camera. Then I've got this one here, and it's just a white doily with a wee bit of marabou feather in the back that I got from Amanda. And then these are actually it's like an organza type tulle, right? But it's quite coarse. So what I done was I put it on, I cut it into strips of maybe 11 or 12 mils wide, and then stuck them down at an angle. And then what I done was trimmed it down to the size of the doily or thereabouts, and then I just scrunched them to give it a bit of texture. Can't really see it very well. I'm trying to see if I've got something darker. That should work. I just scrunched them down a bit to give it a bit of texture, and I think it works. Round the side I just used flat back iridescent flat back pearls, and then just a cameo in the centre, and I'm not sure who sent me that one. This one, I actually did do this last night, and it was on one of the Art Deco laces that Amanda sells, and I had dyed the lace with butterscotch colour wash. And what I've done is, I don't know if you'll notice them here, on the sides there I've got tiny wee diamantes. Not all around, but there's just a few sparkling round the sides, and I've also got two on the cameo. Well, I put some on that deco trim, and when I got up this morning, the colour round where I had put the wee diamantes with the glossy accents had ran, and it looked absolutely blech. So I heated up the back of the doily, or the back of the trim, and I just peeled this part off, and I'll use that on another. I probably will just put it on a white art deco square, and do the same as I had done, because I really liked it, but just it didn't work colour wise. This one is quite full. I have a white doily on the back, and I've actually glued it properly down to give it a bit of support. Then I've got this larger cream lace, and I've trimmed it to make it look a bit more shabby. I have then added a layer of the cut muslin just to give it that shabby look again. I've got one of the appliques off of Amanda's trim. I have one of our own wee flower centre doilies. Then I've put the cameo. Down here I have got a large diamante, and then I have got some wee iridescent flat back trim just going down the lace there and either side of the diamantes. And then on the back I have just got a wee muslin hanger. The marabou feathers I've got here are brown, and I bought them that colour. Can't remember, I think it was eBay, and there's a few wee white ones there just to take the brownness off it, because I didn't want it absolutely brown. So that's that one. And then I done this, and it's a ceramic heart that was lilac, I believe. And what I done was I used the silver mixative for the alcohol inks, and I coloured it. Then what I done was went over it with glossy accents to give it a coat. I used alcohol silver on this because that was originally bronze. I have got a tiny wee bit of diamante trim there, just for the body. Down here I have actually wrapped a tiny wee bit of loose marabou feather to make it into a tail for the butterfly. Then I've just added a few wee diamante gems. Round the side here we've got the iridescent pearl trim again, and some of the shabby chic what do you call it, muslin. Then I've added just a wee bit of white marabou feather. And I think that's been that. I made this last night, and it was actually, I don't know if in fact, anyone that's in the UK will probably, with kids, will probably have one of these. And it was from the game Kerplunk. When you get the, was it for Kerplunk actually? Can't remember. One of the kids' games anyway, and there was a blue cup thing with a hole in the middle underneath. And what I done was, obviously it's something that Jayden doesn't play with anymore, so the cup has been up here for months and months, well, in my crafting. And what I done was I went over it with this, and it's like a casting kitchen styled fabric. Then I went up the sides, because where it joined, because the cup has a narrow and a wider part, the fabric goes at an angle where it joins type of thing. So I used the ribbon to disguise that, and just to match it up I added another bit at the other side, so the two match. Then what I done was for the base I got 2 bits of card and cut it just over a centimetre more than the base, so that it gives it a wee ledge, because as I said there was a hole in the bottom of it. And what I done was I covered both cards with the pink velour on both sides and then sandwiched them together. Where the sandwich is, obviously there was a bit of spare room between them because of the depth, so I added this pearl trim round, and then again added it where the card and the container met. I then went on and added the lace. Now I've got one plain white lace trim, a second white lace trim, then this third lace is actually with the top part with the pink ribbon going through it. But when I had finished putting it on, it needed something else, so I've added the same pearl trim as what's down below, just to even it up a wee bit. For the stuffing I used toy stuffing, and what I've done is this material, I didn't have enough of it to wrap the whole way around the stuffing, so I have got a doily which you'll see under that, which is actually holding the stuffing, and then I just hot glued this material over the top part of it and then hot glued it in to position to give myself a new wee stick pin holder, and it works just fine. No issues whatsoever with it. So that was that. I then made this, which is just a wee tub for my pens, and I've got hot glue in one, I've got wee sponges for my quick what do you call them, distress inks and things. So it's an altered cotton bud tub, and as I've said before, I go through tons and tons and tons of cotton buds. I've got a bit of an issue with my ears, so what I've done is I used the ribbon that I made these with. I then went round it with some of the burgundy satin ribbon, and again underneath. I then added one layer of the white, then added another pink burgundy up the top all the way round. Then down below I've added just a bit of white beaded flat back trim, and just to make the front a bit prettier, I had this lace that Amanda sells, and I have hoarded it, and I use it very, very sparingly because it's beautiful. And what I done was actually cut off 2 wee flowers. One had the tails there that you'll see hanging down. One had the wee tails on it. And then what I done was the other one I've layered up so it's dimensional. You'll see it there. So I layered it up. I added a small cream flat back pearl in flower shape, and then I've just added a wee diamante and I put that on my glossy accent so it doesn't move anywhere. And that's just a nice wee, I mean the inside of it isn't done at all, and I'm not fussed with the inside, it's only going to get filled. So that's another wee project that I had done. I showed that one the other day. This one here, oh, if I can reach over, was another cotton bud tub, and I'll just lift them out now. And I've painted the inside of this one. It's not perfect because there was pens in it, but it does the job. I painted the outside with the Artiste Tea Pink. I then went over it with Glamour Dust Ice Crystal. I don't even know if that will pick it up. I'll put this wee light on just so it picks up the sparkle in it. There you go. It's super sparkly. And that's all the way around. Then I added just that wee trim. Didn't want it too fussy, and it's only just to hold these wee picks and some wee decorative flowers that I've got. Just so they're nice and handy. And that just sits up in my wee shelf in front of me. And I think that's it for what I've been doing. Yep, can't think of anything else that I've done. No, I haven't done anything else. So that's what I've been up to the last week or so. Just small projects, don't take too long, they can be shoved aside when Jayden was playing up or just feeling a bit poorly, and pull back out again when I had time. And as I said, these will probably just go out in racks for folk, because I've got a few swaps on the go just now in Crafty Swappers UK, so I'll be sending out some stuff with them. And then I'm in the middle of just doing an altar box. Don't know what I'm going to do it yet. Part of me is thinking pink and making it quite shabby chic, the same as the stuff on my unit there. And I'll just pull you around so you can see the top of my unit now. And you'll see everything's all the same materials, pink and frilly and just quite decorated. Excuse the Doritos, but it's actually rubbish in it now. So that's been it really. I've not done much else. Sorry, I'm just covering you up so you don't get sick while I was repositioning that. I haven't really done much else. Just small projects to keep me going, and this wee altar box I think will be going down the same path. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you're still there, well done. And I will speak to you all later. Bye for now.